Hi everyone, right, I'm back to do the tutorial on the vase or vase. Okay, I've taken off all the appliques that I had on there. I've cut all my strips, and we do sell this in the shop now. You get a 3-metre roll for £1.50. That's not a bad deal. Anyway, so here we go. All I'm going to do, the reason why I've cut them into smaller strips is because it's easier to handle. That's all. Got my little bit of water. You don't need a lot. And we're just going to get on with it, basically. So I'm going to lay my vase down so you can see it. And then we can start and work. I'm just going to get my stool in front of me. All you do, again, show you, dip. And just start to pop that on. I haven't prepared the vase in any way, shape or form to start with. You don't need to do it at all. And I'm just going to just smooth it out, and you can see the hole start to fill with the plaster. And I'm just going to go around the base of it first. I've not got a sheet on because I don't need it. I can just wipe that off. And like you see, it is a lot easier to handle if you are using smaller pieces. Now all I'm going to do is leave that to dry, and this lot will be cut off. I'm not going to do the inside because we're going to paint the inside. So I've got plenty left. I could do 2 more, to be honest. And that's covered everything that I want to cover. And I like the way it's covered it. I'm not after a smooth surface or anything, but I just like that. So I'm just going to go and sort my hands out. And I'll be back. Right, now I've kind of like dried it. It's dry mainly, you know, most of it is dry. And I'm just trimming off the very top, the edge. While it's not bone dry, but it's near enough. And I'm just clearing this up. Now, some of the plaster of Paris has come through the holes. That's fine, because we can poke them back through. I'm just going to get a little towel and try and just clean the inside up. think that's it. That'll do. So we've got that so far. And I'm not worried about this at all because I can put a base on that. That's fine. But yeah, I like that. But you know what? You know, as I'm doing things, you know what I'm like. I always start to see something else. And I've thought of something else. I mean, I do want to be putting the pearls on, but I want to do something different with the vase. So I might not put those appliques on because, now let me see. I need the Victorian velvet. Yeah, I've got that one. I need a blue. I thought I had a blue, I did. And that one. Don't ask me. I don't know. I saw something in my head and I thought I'm going to have to do that. And I know some people, or well, someone has mentioned, you know, it's unprofessional to go away from you when you're filming. It's not unprofessional at all. I do things in different ways to anybody else. That's why it's popular. I do it my way. Now, what I've got is the Distress Inks, which is the Tattered Rose and the Stormy Sky. And I did this once before on a box, and you might remember it. And I can't help myself. Because I just feel I have to do this. This might be a little bit strong, but I can water it down, so I'm not that bothered about it. Here goes. It has to go from the top. And drip down. Sorry, I just had to do this. I'm going to help it along. I can't show you much at the moment because it's dripping down what I want it to do. And it has to go all the way from the top. And spray it. There. Now it's doing what's in my head. I do need a little bit more of the pink. I don't want to use too much because I need it. Okay. A little bit more of the blue on this side. Like that. Maybe a touch there. And then I'm just going to use my water to spread that out. And it has to drip down the sides like that. Right, now here's the thing. I'm going to soak all that up. Let me soak as much up as I can. That'll do. See what I've done? And now I need to wipe some of that off. I know it seems daft, but I don't want it as dark as that. it will dry lighter, and I'm just going to dab like that. And now we need to take that off and dry that. Just see how wet that is. Yeah, that needs a little bit more drying. But before I do that, this is what I want to do. You're going to go, now what, Fee? Well, let's just get into my little drawer. Now I need my little tray. In fact, I've got a bigger tray here. That's Jamie Lee and Billy Mays. So we'll use that, I think. Oops. We dried off, never mind. Let's dry this off a bit. And how are we going to make it stick? That's the thing. I do have somewhere an ink pad. This is going to be a lot of work, I'm thinking. That's definitely not going to work. I couldn't find what I was looking for, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it this way. I've got some of this textured crushed coral, and hopefully it will work. It's just to lighten it a little bit. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's just to go over, and it gives it a little bit of, because I don't want it too dark. It'll give it a shimmer. I'll just buff it a little bit as well. I'm not having it all the same. You know, I don't want it too dark, that's the problem. So I'm going to buff this in a minute. Actually, I might need to put a little bit more on to get in the nooks and crannies and then give it a good buff. It's giving it a gorgeous, I absolutely love it. So I think I've got round all of that. I'll just check. Yeah, that's done that. And like I say, I'm just going to buff it. Now, where did I put my cloth? There we are. So I'm just going to get my bit of muslin. And we do sell this in the store as well. And I'm just going to buff. Yes, that's perfect. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. See, it just takes off all the excess. It's not taking it off altogether, but it's taking off the excess that I didn't want. and we buff that. That's fantastic. Love that. Yeah. So, now what we're going to do is attach the diamond glaze. Now, this is Judikins diamond glaze. It's water-based dimensional adhesive, mixable, and it says, use directly over artwork for a raised glass-like finish. Thin with water for a lacquered like finish. Absolutely the best adhesive for gluing glitter, beads, glass, plastic or vellum to paper. Can be coloured with dye inks and do not shake. Keep tightly capped. Right, okay. Let's just have a look, because I'm going to brush this on, I think. Okay. Let's have a look. Now, this is where it might be a little bit difficult. So I have to tip that upside down. Right, we're back. So now what I'm going to do is I need my light. And we're going to put the holes back in, hopefully. So I just take a needle. That's cooling down with that now. And I need to pop a little bit of tape on it, methinks. Yeah. So we're just going to use a little bit of foam tape. There we go. Just on the needle. It's to help me grip. That's all. just to help me grip. That's it. I'm going to burn the needle, and hopefully we can get it back through. I might have to use the spike. What I don't want to do is to damage the rim. Because don't forget, it did fill up. See, it should work. Just to open up the holes again. Might have to do it a couple of times. But I've got to get the wire through twice, and you'll see what I'm going to do. It's going to be a hint of shabby chic or vintage, I don't know. I just love it. I absolutely love what I've done. Something totally different. Haven't seen anybody else do it. I'm not worried about the inside because I'm going to be covering the inside the rim once I've done this. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we've got there. If not, we'll have to just try it again. As long as I can see them holes. That seems alright. Just blow that out. Yeah, not bothered about this section at the moment. Okay, here we go. Now, I've got the they're already made up. And I'm going to need a fair bit of wire to play with. And what I'm going to do, what you do is you pop the wire through one side, one hole, pop on the bead, and I'm going to thread that bit of wire straight back through that hole. And with that first bead, just leave that as it is. I'm going to spread the short wire. I need to leave that. And as you can see, it makes it dangle. And we have to go around each one. Oops, got myself all caught up. I have to go around each bit. And we thread it. And that way you don't see any of the wire on the outside. So I hope we're still with you. Thread your bead on. Pull that. Just keep pulling it tight, pull it through. Like I say, don't worry about the inside, then we've got to thread that back. The vase is still warm from the... Come on, you got to go back through, mate. You got to go back through. There we go, got you. It's just so much easier and not having anything showing on this side. Again, we'll go through, pull it right through to start with. It's easier, to be honest. Thread and poke that back through. Like that. It is doing what I want it to do. Pull it through. Just going to try and pull that through, that's it. Thread the bead and poke that back through. So you can get that through that hole, yeah. That's it. Poke that through. Now I'm going to come back and finish. Well, I'm just popping on the last bead. I'm sorry if you've not been able to see much of it. It is a little bit awkward to film it at an angle because I need to use both hands. And I need to have the vase a certain angle to work with. So I'm just on the last bead. A couple of them are tight, so we're going to go around and loosen them. Let's just see if we can get this last one in. Yeah, we've got that. Now, I'm just going to snip this, pop that bit of wire back on my reel, so you don't waste it, do we? Pop that there. Now all I'm going to do, I'm just going to loosen them all first, because I do want them all to hang properly. In actual fact, that's fine. And all I'm going to do with this is just to twist it. Make sure I grab the right one. Just twist that around like that. Cut the excess off and then just fold that in. And the top bit is going to be covered with some trim. Now, I'm going to put on this trim that I have that's pink, because I do want the pink in it, and it's wide enough to cover all of that I want covering. And we do sell this in the shop, so you know, we've lots of braids in the shop, Chinese braids and things like that, lots of them, a really good variety. And it's not something I see many people use, but they actually finish off a project really nicely. Very neat finishing with them. So I'm just going to burnish the ends and seal all of that in. And then pop some glue over, oops, my glue gun wants to work, maybe not. And I'm just going to start anywhere, it doesn't matter, and I'm taking it to the edge like that, and this will seal all of the you know, the edging, all of this. Sorry, I'm stuck for words at the moment. I'm so trying to get this finished before the camera packs in. You know, it's really hard. See what a lovely neat finish that makes. Just keep that, use your thumb and fingers to push it into place and keep it level. That really looks pretty, don't you think? I mean, I could just put the glue directly onto there, I suppose. And spread that out. Now, what I've got to do is to cut this, hopefully, just in the right place to finish that off. And I need to just put the flame in and just burnish the ends. And that's perfectly finished that off. Perfectly. Anywhere that's not glued, you just pop the glue gun in, push that down, and like I say, it's done a really neat job on that, and that's what the vase is like so far. Isn't that different? It really is. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And I think what I'm going to do is just put a little tiny trim. Maybe a pearl trim or something. I've got a flat back pearl in pink that I can use for that, just to give it a little bit more pink. Because I did want it pink. I do. See, just on the edge. So I'm going to start here. Just want to take that to the edge. Like that. I know people are going to say, oh, I don't know. Well, I do. I absolutely love it. I do. It's something different. And why not? Isn't that what it's all about? Yep, it is. And look what I've used. I've used alcohol inks. I've used lace trim. I've used pearls, a vase, diamante bling, embossing powder, inks, Mod Podge. Quite a lot, actually. So I do hope it looks okay when it's done. I'm not finished with it yet. Not by a long shot. I'm hoping to get it done and then I can load this up tonight. Right, let's just cut this off. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Now, please remember about the Mod Podge. If you have sensitive skin, it can harm your skin. do a test first on a small patch. This is the best place to test. You only need, you know, wet a bit of Mod Podge, put the plaster of Paris on there and test. I love it. Absolutely love it. Just got a little bit of glitter in there. And you know what? I might just put on... Oh, I've made the... Look at that. Ooh. Too much. Too much. But what did I do with my butterflies? I aren't putting them all on. But I might just put that one on. And I love that. Absolutely love it. Do I? Do I want a bow on it or a heart? Maybe a heart. Just to give it a bit of... I do love that. I'm going to put the heart on it, I think. I can't make my mind up. Wait a minute. Might be back. Right, I've just tried everything possible to go with this. And the only thing I found that I absolutely love is that. And I'm going to fix that onto the front. And I think you'll find it looks gorgeous. I love it. I'm going to have it. And that's it. Simple as. I'm not changing my mind now. No, not at all. So now I have to make sure that what I put on will hold. Hopefully. Gonna have it right there. Right there. Whoa, don't you go anywhere.